Young and the Restless spoilers unmasking the phantom, the intricate web of deception in Genoa City. In the ever-twisting labyrinth of Genoa City's dark secrets and hidden agendas, every revelation leads to yet another tantalizing mystery. Now, the stakes have been raised to an entirely new level. The identity of the elusive kidnapper, the orchestrator of this web of manipulated voices and shadowy threats, must be unveiled before the clock runs out on those ensnared by his insidious game. The Abandoned Asylum, a haunting stage for intrigue. Our narrative takes us to a derelict mental hospital, its once imposing facade now crumbling and overgrown with the detritus of time. Deep within this forgotten edifice lies a control room that seems to have been preserved in a macabre stasis. It is here that our camera pans slowly over the dimly lit space, revealing an enigmatic figure whose very presence is shrouded in mystery. The man, clad in a mask that conceals his identity, stands alone amidst banks of dusty monitors and outdated equipment. His appearance, designed to add a flourish of dramatic suspense, raises more questions than answers. In a twist that leaves the audience both intrigued and skeptical, it becomes apparent that the mask is nothing more than a red herring, an unnecessary accessory when one is alone in the control room. This ostentatious display of anonymity is revealed to be a mere theatrical gesture. The real tool of deception lies not in his physical disguise, but in the sophisticated software he employs to warp and distort his voice. This technological trickery creates the illusion of a manipulated tone, a sinister mimicry that has confounded Phyllis, Sharon, and the loyal followers of Genoa City alike. Yet, for those with a keen eye and a calm disposition, it is clear that the true power behind this ruse lies not in physical disguises, but in the digital manipulation that clouds the line between reality and artifice. A calculated calm amidst the chaos. Phyllis and Sharon, two women renowned for their intellect and resilience, engage in a hushed yet determined conversation about the identity of the kidnapper. In their deliberations, they piece together clues like seasoned detectives in a high-stakes thriller. Their conversation is laced with careful speculation, weighing the evidence of technology, voice distortion, and past devious maneuvers. They are united by a shared conviction. Knowledge is power. They believe that if they can ascertain the true identity of the mastermind behind the abduction, not only will they be able to extricate themselves from the perilous situation, but they will also uncover their precise location in the labyrinthine network of hidden alliances. Their dialogue is measured and methodical, a stark contrast to the cacophony of threats and manipulated voices echoing from the dark recesses of the control room. They know that only by remaining calm can they sift through the layers of deception. Every hypothesis they exchange is driven by the belief that the key to their freedom, and to the restoration of order in their tumultuous world, lies in uncovering the face behind the mask, both literal and metaphorical. The shadow of Victor, a pattern of perilous intrigues amidst the swirling uncertainty. A familiar name resurfaces, a name synonymous with power, cunning, and a penchant for high-stakes theatrics. Victor. The narrative takes an unexpected turn as it becomes evident that Victor's influence is not only pervasive but also potentially catastrophic. Known for his audacious maneuvers that have captivated fans for years, Victor has a history of staging elaborate, jaw-dropping scenarios that blur the line between reality and spectacle. However, this time, his penchant for dramatic flair might prove to be his undoing. Rumors have begun to surface, recalling a dark chapter when Victor covertly kidnapped Jordan. A sinister, clandestine act that left scars on those who witnessed his machinations. Many now whisper that the current kidnapping may be yet another calculated stunt by Victor, designed to distract and deflect attention from his own mounting misdeeds. His history of embracing risk, of using shock value as a tool for control, now casts a long shadow over the present crisis. Fans and insiders alike wonder if this elaborate ruse will mark the beginning of his downfall, potentially ending a career built on a delicate balance of fear and admiration. A web of deception, the art of misdirection. At the heart of this narrative lies the inherent tension between truth and illusion. The masked man in the abandoned hospital control room is a symbol of everything that is deceptive in this elaborate game. His contrived appearance and the digital distortion of his voice are intended to sow doubt and confusion. Yet, for those who have spent years deciphering the intricate language of Genoa City's power struggles, these superficial elements are a transparent attempt at misdirection. Phyllis, with her characteristic acumen, is unperturbed by the spectacle. She recognizes that the mask is unnecessary when one is alone in the control room, a gesture meant to mislead rather than conceal. The true enigma lies in the software, the digital puppeteer's tool that alters the sound of his voice, creating an auditory illusion that has led many to believe they are hearing the familiar timbre of Michael. But as always, appearances are deceiving. The subtle yet deliberate manipulation of sound is a reminder that technology, like power, can be both a tool for liberation and a weapon of control. Voices in the dark, the debate of identity in a quiet corner of the unfolding drama. Phyllis and Sharon continue their thoughtful debate about the kidnapper's identity. Their conversation is a blend of frustration, determination, and a profound understanding of human nature. "We need to know who he is," Phyllis asserts, her tone both measured and resolute. "Only then can we chart a path to freedom and understand our true whereabouts in this convoluted maze." Sharon, her voice edged with anger and disbelief, adds, "How can someone resort to such extremes? What have we done to deserve this?" Their words echo the sentiment of many who have found themselves caught in the crossfire of power plays and personal vendettas in Genoa City. The debate is not merely about assigning blame. It is a quest for clarity in a world where every whisper may be a lie, and every secret could unravel the fabric of their existence. Their determination to remain calm, to methodically piece together the puzzle, is the only counterforce to the overwhelming tide of manipulation that threatens to engulf them. They understand that revealing the truth is not only a matter of personal survival. It is a stand against the forces that thrive on obscurity and chaos. The unintended consequences of intrigue. Victor's tendency to weave intricate plots that captivate and confound is a double-edged sword. While his maneuvers have long drawn fans into a vortex of suspense and anticipation, they also risk spiraling into self-destruction. History has shown that his penchant for elaborate schemes, such as the secret kidnapping of Jordan, has left lasting scars and irreversible consequences. In this instance, the stakes are even higher. Should the truth behind this kidnapping be exposed, it may not only spell the end for Victor's carefully crafted legacy, but also send shockwaves through the established power structures of Genoa City. The danger lies in the possibility that Victor's latest gambit is less a moment of brilliance and more a calculated misstep, one that could unravel his empire of influence. His willingness to create scenarios that captivate the public imagination has long been his strength, but it is also the root of his vulnerability. The spectacle, as enticing as it is, may very well lead to his undoing if the carefully spun threads of his deception are pulled apart. A pivotal moment, charting the course forward in this critical juncture of the saga. Every decision, every whispered word carries the weight of destiny. The masked figure, with his contrived theatrics and digitally manipulated voice, stands as a testament to the art of misdirection. Yet, beneath this elaborate facade, the truth is waiting to be uncovered, a truth that Phyllis and Sharon are determined to reveal. Their calm, methodical approach is a beacon of rationality in a sea of chaotic manipulation, a reminder that even the most intricate puzzles can be solved when one holds steadfast to reason. As the scene shifts from the eerie control room of the abandoned asylum to the intimate setting of a private conversation between two of Genoa City's most astute characters, the stakes become clear. The quest to identify the true kidnapper is not merely about unmasking a villain, it is about reclaiming control over a narrative that has long been dominated by fear, deception, and the capricious whims of power. With every hypothesis and every careful deduction, Phyllis and Sharon inch closer to unraveling a plot that has gripped their lives and the imaginations of countless fans. Conclusion: the looming reckoning. The journey to expose the mastermind behind the kidnapping is fraught with peril, deceit, and the constant threat of misdirection. The mask, the digitally distorted voice, and the eerie setting of the abandoned asylum are all part of a larger tapestry, a tapestry woven by someone who understands the art of psychological warfare and the delicate balance of power. Phyllis and Sharon's determination to cut through the layers of illusion is a testament to their resilience and intelligence. Their belief that knowing the true identity of the perpetrator will grant them not only freedom but also the insight to navigate the treacherous terrain they find themselves in is the driving force behind their quest. In the end, the fate of those caught in this intricate web of deception hangs in the balance. As the pieces of the puzzle slowly come together, the revelation of the true kidnapper's identity promises to be a turning point, a moment that could redefine the very nature of power in Genoa City. Whether this revelation leads to redemption, retribution, or further chaos remains uncertain. Yet one truth stands firm: in a world where every whispered command and every manipulated voice can alter the course of destiny, the unyielding pursuit of truth will always be the most potent force of all. The stage is set, the clues are in place, and the final act of this high-stakes drama is poised to unfold. Only time will reveal whether Victor's legacy of intrigue will crumble under the weight of his own ambitions or if the masked deceiver will slip further into the shadows, leaving Phyllis, Sharon, and the rest of Genoa City to pick up the shattered pieces of their fractured world. In the intricate corridors of Genoa City, where loyalties are fluid and power is the only true currency, the latest twist in the ongoing saga has everyone on edge. Phyllis and Sharon, known for their astute observations and calm resilience, find themselves entangled in a situation that defies the conventional boundaries of right and wrong. Despite their current predicament, neither woman harbors any personal animosity toward Victor, an influential figure whose actions have consistently disrupted the established order of the Newman family. Yet Victor perceives their persistent interference as a threat to the stability and reputation of his family empire. In his own calculated manner, he has decided that a firm, albeit unconventional, punishment is in order. A lesson in order and control. Victor's approach is not born out of personal vendetta but rather from a desire to send a clear message. Chaos has its price. In his eyes, Phyllis and Sharon's relentless pursuit of truth and justice, though admirable, has the unintended effect of stirring unrest within the delicate fabric of Genoa City. This new method of kidnapping, an innovation of sorts, is designed not only to seize control over those who dare disrupt the Newman legacy, but also to serve as a stark reminder of the consequences of underestimating him. With meticulous planning, Victor has crafted a scenario where his captives are treated not as mere victims, but as privileged participants in a carefully orchestrated play. A disturbing kind of privilege for Phyllis and Sharon. The experience is unexpectedly paradoxical. While bound by the orders of the enigmatic kidnapper, they soon realize that they are being treated with a level of care that belies the seriousness of their situation. Their captor ensures that their needs are attended to, a sign, perhaps, of the twisted favor that comes with being a pawn in Victor's elaborate game. "We're not here to suffer," Phyllis muses quietly during a rare moment of respite, "but to learn a lesson, perhaps even to understand our place in the grand scheme of things." Sharon nods in agreement, her thoughts reflecting both a pragmatic acceptance of their circumstances and a lingering hope that this ordeal might eventually reveal deeper truths about the forces at play in Genoa City. In the dimly lit confines of their temporary holding, the duo reflects on the irony of their situation. Though compelled to follow orders that seem designed to humiliate rather than harm, they cannot help but notice the care with which every detail has been managed. From the subtle but effective measures ensuring their comfort to the deliberate restraint on any form of physical aggression, it becomes apparent that their captor intends no lasting injury. Instead, this is a calculated move, a punishment intended as much to warn as to educate. Victor's cold promise amidst this unsettling mixture of control and care, a message from their captor resonates with unmistakable authority. In a moment punctuated by calm menace, his voice, filtered through advanced software that distorts its natural timbre, reaches them with chilling clarity. "I will release you when the time is right. Do not mistake this favor for weakness. Those who underestimate me will face consequences far worse than what you experience now." The words carry the weight of an iron decree, a promise of future retribution that looms as ominously as the storm clouds gathering on the horizon. Victor's choice of words, while ostensibly conciliatory, reveals a deeper strategy. He is not merely punishing Phyllis and Sharon for their meddling, he is sending a message to anyone who might consider challenging his authority in the future. The idea is clear: the stability of the Newman family, and by extension, the order of Genoa City itself, hinges on absolute control. Any deviation from that order, any act of defiance, will be met with swift and uncompromising punishment. A pivotal choice in the game of power for the two women, the unfolding drama forces them to grapple with the ambiguous nature of power and loyalty. Their captor's assurances of care and eventual freedom, paired with his stern warnings, present a complex choice. On one hand, they are being spared undue harm, a gesture that might even be construed as an act of favor. On the other hand, this very favor comes with strings attached, strings that tether them to a dangerous game where every move is scrutinized and every misstep could lead to dire consequences. In quiet moments of introspection, Phyllis and Sharon debate their next steps. "If we can deduce who is truly behind this operation," Sharon whispers one evening, her voice resolute despite the circumstances, "we might be able to use this to our advantage. Even if we're forced to play along for now, knowledge is power, and it could be our ticket to reclaiming control." Phyllis agrees, her mind already racing through potential strategies and countermeasures. They are aware that their current situation, while uncomfortable and fraught with tension, might yet yield valuable insights into the larger machinations at work. The unanswered question, is Victor the kidnapper? As the narrative unfolds, the specter of Victor's involvement remains a tantalizing, unresolved enigma. While his actions have indirectly impacted the lives of Phyllis and Sharon and his notorious reputation for creating chaos is well known, the precise details of his role in this latest kidnapping are still shrouded in mystery. Rumors swirl like autumn leaves in the wind. Some claim that Victor has orchestrated this elaborate scenario himself, a dark innovation in the art of coercion. Others suggest that he might merely be a willing beneficiary of events set in motion by another, more shadowy hand. Yet, even as the whispers grow louder, the captives hold onto a semblance of optimism. Their current predicament, replete with its mix of care and constraint, hints at a deeper strategy at work, one where their safety is not completely forsaken and where their participation might eventually lead to a revelation of the truth. Perhaps this is not a punishment at all, Phyllis reflects, but a twisted form of protection. A way to ensure that we and everyone else who values the order of Genoa City understand the consequences of challenging the Newman legacy. The calm before the storm. In the hushed moments between orders and whispered conspiracies, an uneasy calm settles over the scene. Phyllis and Sharon, despite the circumstances, maintain a steady resolve. They know that while they are currently under the watchful eye of their captor, their fate is not yet sealed. The promise of freedom, albeit conditional, keeps their hope alive. They understand that their cooperation, however begrudging it may seem, is part of a larger narrative. One that could eventually lead to a more profound understanding of the power dynamics that govern their world. Victor's message is unambiguous. I will release you when the time is right. And mark my words. Anyone who dares underestimate me will face punishment beyond your current comprehension. This statement, delivered with clinical precision, reinforces the fact that this kidnapping is not an isolated act of cruelty, but rather the introduction of a new, more insidious method of control. It is a method that Victor intends to use again, should circumstances demand it, a tactic designed to keep his adversaries in a perpetual state of caution and submission. A fragile truce and the promise of retribution. As the days wear on, Phyllis and Sharon begin to see the situation in a different light. Their captor's treatment, though harsh, is imbued with a paradoxical sense of favor. They are not being subjected to indiscriminate violence. Instead, they are kept safe and even comfortable, as if to remind them that their punishment is more about sending a message than inflicting harm. This recognition does not diminish their determination to uncover the full truth, but it does introduce an element of reluctant acceptance, a recognition that sometimes, even in the darkest of times, survival depends on playing the hand one is dealt. In their quiet discussions, both women concede that this moment, however unsettling, might be a necessary step in the grander scheme of things. We are being treated as if we're special, Sharon remarks, favored in a way that suggests our actions have not gone unnoticed. And while we may be bound by the rules of this twisted game right now, we must remember that our ultimate goal is to restore order and truth to Genoa City. Phyllis nods, her mind weaving together the threads of possibility and peril. They know that the current circumstances might be temporary, that once the right moment arrives, they will be set free and the true nature of their captor's intentions will be revealed.